Okay, today I'm making spaghetti bolognese. I'm going to use beef mince. I use the cheaper, I think they call it 3-star mince. It's got a bit more fat in it, a bit more flavour. I'm going to use 1 kilo. You can, of course, halve this recipe and make less, but freeze as well. So might as well make a big pot. You're going to need some red wine. Garlic, I'm going to use 6 cloves, 2 medium-sized brown onions, 2 tubs of tomato paste. These are, I don't know how big these are. No idea. 2 tins of diced tomatoes, some bay leaves, and I've also got some oregano and parsley. Could use a bit of thyme. You can use dried herbs, you can use fresh herbs. Fresh is better. Okay, herbs are chopped, onions chopped. It might be a little bit too much onion. I might leave a little bit out. Garlic is, I use this presser thingy, but you could use a microplane. If you use a microplane, be careful you don't grate your fingers. I'd prefer use one of these 2 devices. Don't just try chop it with a knife because you'll get big chunks of garlic, which isn't great. Okay, I did forget salt and pepper. We are going to need some salt and pepper. Nice big pot. Get the flame on a medium heat. Olive oil. We're going to put a bit of olive oil in the pan. I like a light olive oil, but it doesn't really matter. And you're going to want to be patient here and stir with a wooden implement if possible, and really get the onion cooked without burning it. So medium heat's important. Be patient. Don't put the garlic in until towards the end, because the garlic will burn for sure. So we've been stirring here for quite a while. As I said, the onions can take their time. Add a bit more olive oil if you have to, but stir. Don't let the heat get too hot. You don't want it to burn. And be patient. Alright, the onion is sort of a bit translucent. It's going a bit brown. That'll do. In with the garlic and really keep it moving, because and try to break it up, because it will stick and burn. Putting a bit more olive oil, nothing in there, doesn't matter. Okay, and then just a minute or so with the garlic. You'll smell it starting to cook. Okay. Mincemeat in. Get rid of that bit of paper. And sort of try to break it up. Going to turn the heat down a little bit. And what I'm going to do here is add a bit of water. It doesn't have to be warm. I'm just using the kettle because it's handy. You could use a bit of chicken stock if you're really keen, but... And now you're going to have to cook this till it's brown and cook through. So again, patience. Turning the heat up again a bit now that the water's... I'm going to even put a bit more water just to help so it doesn't stick. We're about halfway done here. Meat's starting to brown off. Keep scraping the onions down the side here if they're getting stuck up. I mean, you can leave it for a second as long as the heat's not too high. I've taken the lids off of these tomato pastes and diced tomatoes ready to go because they're the next thing in. At this point you could probably add some salt and pepper. Good few pinches of salt. And I'm going to do the pepper off, so I need 2 hands. Oh look, doing it with 1 hand. Nearly brown. I'm actually going to put a good slug of red wine in at this point. Use decent wine that you drink. Then just cook it off a bit. Could even turn the heat up and watch it. Alright, and as soon as you don't see pretty much any uncooked mince, I mean I want just to get off a bit of that moisture. In we go with the 2 tins of tomatoes. Stir that in. Then I'm going to put the tomato paste in. I gotta stop filming for this because I need 2 hands, but I'm going to scrape it out with the tomato paste in as well now. Give it a good stir. I've turned the heat right down. Now the meat's actually cooked. I mean, you're going to cook this for ages. The longer the better. So I wouldn't be rushing this dish. The longer it simmers at the end, the better. So we've mixed in all the tomato and tomato paste. In go the herbs. Now I did forget to say, if you've got basil, fresh basil, that's great. If you don't, you can use dried basil. Don't have either, don't worry. Mix that in. Now some people would put a few chili flakes in this. My grandmother used to put a bit of sugar. My auntie puts a bit of Worcestershire sauce. I don't put any of those things. Now at this point, you want to put a lid on and put it on low heat. You don't want it to burn or stick or nothing. In fact, I might even move it to this smaller burner. Gave up on the smaller burner, but we've got a really low heat going on here. We've got the lid on. Now I'd be checking that every 20 minutes or so and giving it a good stir. You don't want it to stick to the bottom. So again, patience is the key, and the longer you cook this, 20 minutes has gone by, we should be getting like a slow little bubble here. So we've got a nice rich colour. We'll put the bay leaves in, 3 to 5 bay leaves. Try to pick big ones so you can find them. You're probably going to want to fish them out before you serve it up. Stir them in. Lid back on. Again, check it in 20-25 minutes. Very low heat, and cook it. Just keep going. Minimum 45 minutes. to an hour, but you can go 2 hours if you can, if you keep stirring and you're not burning and it's not sticking. The longer the better. For hours, see that nice, beautiful, that oily sauce, bit of a volcanic action there. We've got pasta on the go here, spaghetti, we're cooking for 11 minutes. Salted water, I did put a bit of oil in despite the skeptics. Use a spoon like this to keep it, make sure it's separated. Put a bit more water in because this pot isn't quite big enough. Grated some parmesan here, and I'm going to chop some parsley next. Bon appetit.